Well-known names, good yardstick. If he was to go over, if he was to come in here now tonight and stop Adamek, then I think that would be an impressive performance too.
Well, Adamek has been down this road so many times before. Mentioned those world titles that he won, the WBC light heavyweight, beating Paul Briggs. Brilliant fight that was. Majority decision over 12 rounds. Had a great rematch too, and then he moved up to cruiserweight. Took on Steve Cunningham for the IBF title. That was almost 10 years ago in Newark, New Jersey, which he made home and successfully landed that one. So he's achieved an awful lot. But he has been lined up as someone Jarrell Miller is expected to be able to run over.
It looks a huge difference in size, you know. Adamek is someone coming up from light heavyweight, probably really a cruiserweight, very small heavyweight. When you got Miller, who's a huge unit, you know, talking 22 stone plus. Good right hand there from Adamek.
Decent shot from Adamek to kick things off, and then just goes down to the sizable midriff there of Miller.
Good work with the left hand from Adamek, goes from head to body with the left hook. I mean, you could see Adamek with his experience and extra speed and manoeuvring, outboxing Miller early on, although I'm not sure if Miller can keep this pressure on him, but it's just, can he keep him off for 12 rounds? I highly doubt it.
Well, these shots from Miller, even if they're landing on the gloves, they're heavy, aren't they? It's like he's being hit with a big wet sandbag almost, Adamek, every time these gloves, which look pretty tiny on Jarrell Miller's hands, do manage to land. But Adamek just covering up there and then getting in tight. Getting in tight might not be a bad idea at all.
Oh, these are good body shots from Adamek, but I just don't think he's going to be able to keep Miller off him.
He's absolutely massive, isn't he? He's a monster, he's huge. I mean, that's the heavyweight boxing now. They're big guys. And he can certainly punch Miller. I wouldn't say he's a concussive one-punch knockout sort of puncher, but you know, he really does wear his opponents down.
Well, a left hand there looked like it might have been slightly low, but it was okay. He just looked like his knees might have dipped a bit there, Adamek, but I think he was just leaning forward, and as Miller moved backwards, took a little bit of a stumble.
This is going to be a tough night for Adamek.
Yeah, a long night. He's got, you know, you got this big absolute lump of a man steamrolling forward with total disregard for what's coming back at him.
Just looking to measure that right hand, holding out the left and then thumping the right into the body.
Miller's not the most skillful, not the most technically sound, but he's effective. Difficult man to keep off.
You'd have to be very fit to be able to beat Miller. You have to be in superb condition, superb shape, because he will keep coming all night long.
Just thumping again with that right hand. Every now and again he throws that almost right hand lead as he again just pursues Adamek across the ring. That's the Miller corner. The Polish fans you can hear in the background in fine voice. But a dominant first round there for Jarrell Miller. Meanwhile, Adamek's trainer, Gus Curran, was telling his fighter, you're doing everything perfect, just use the jab more. I'm not sure if his man was really listening to him too much. I think he's experienced enough to know, Adamek, what he needs to try and do to get himself through this. He was concentrating more on sucking some much needed air in at 41 years of age.
Yeah, I think he was landing a lot of shots, particularly to the body, and you could maybe argue he won the round, but he was losing the fight. You know, it's sometimes you win the battle, but you're losing the war, and I think that was the case there. He maybe was outlanding Miller.
Good uppercut there, good right uppercut, and Adamek was rocked by that. He's trying to keep himself on the move that upper body, but he was chinned by the right hand again, and down he goes to a knee, and he's very unsteady here. He's going to try and beat the count, I think. Well, in fact, he isn't. He isn't. He just sat it out until 9 and then looked like he might rise. But he was all over the place there, really. Caught by those two right hands. The first one took him totally off balance, and he did well to stay up from that to be perfectly frank, and then the second one just saw him dip down to a knee, and he was trying to get himself back together. I think he had a good think there about whether it was really all that wise to get up on 8 and see if he could continue, but he decided against it, and I've got no argument with that. No,
just way too small, baby. I mean, Miller is just an absolute monster of a heavyweight. And you're talking the only kind of guys that are going to be able to beat this guy are the likes of Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and you know, these really big heavyweights. You know, he's 22 stone. Adamek's really, his best days were at light heavyweight, maybe cruiser, and you know, at heavyweight against someone like him, he just cannot keep him off. Maybe for a round or two, lots of lateral movement, throwing loads of shots, he can get by, but it's just, it's not a, it's a case of when not even, you know, he got to him fairly quickly, or very quickly.
Yeah, it was a lovely right uppercut, wasn't it? And he lands another one straight after. There we go, another shot, and that one really took the fight out of Adamek there. And you know, I know the size difference was huge. That is some sort of a statement, I guess we could say. You know, the only two people to have gotten Adamek out of there are Molina and Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko. But Miller being the quickest to do so.
When he was trying to rise,
but the size difference, you know, was so evident there.
Well, this was a fight designed to make Miller look good and produce exactly this kind of performance, but they've got to get him a proper fight now. I know it's an easy thing to say, it's not all that easy to do, particularly in a division where 4 of the belts are owned by 2 fighters. Wilder's got a fight, obviously, against Tyson Fury coming up on December the 1st, which is going to be absolutely fascinating. And Anthony Joshua not out again until April the 13th. I mentioned that Dimitri Salita, Miller's manager, insists that he'll be mandatory now for the WBA regular, which you would imagine will see him fight Freza Cuendo. But what would that really prove, to be honest? Cuendo hasn't had a fight for ages himself, and we need to see Miller in against somebody who thinks that he can beat him, because I don't think he's ever really had that test yet.
No, we need him in against one of the big guys. You know, he's one of the top tier heavyweights, really. You know, Adamek, like you say, in his prime was a good fighter at cruiserweight, but as a heavyweight, no, and not at this stage in his career. Miller just walked through him, far too big, and we need to see Miller in with one of the top guys in the heavyweight division.
Well, it was a short night's work for him in the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Nelson calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 51 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by knockout. He's still undefeated from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Belize, Jarrell.
So 22 wins now for Jarrell Miller, and his will be an entertaining post-fight interview. He will be calling out anybody and everybody, that is for sure. But